Hey music fans! As a roadie, I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road, and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios, and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie, and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. All right, we're back with my next series of Road Dogs and Rock Gods. You guys asked me to keep doing these, or to start doing them again, rather. It's just they're a bit of work, but I'm gonna. So I brought back what a lot of you find is your favorite person who came on, Mr. Rocko Reedy. Rocko is a really good pal of mine. I talk to him regularly. He's very opinionated. So we'll see if he likes these newest releases that we played him. If you don't know who Rocko is, here's a little bit of his resume. Rocko Reedy has worked as a tech, a stage manager, a production manager, and as a rigger. He's toured with STYX, Kansas, Cheap Trick, REO Speedwagon, Loverboy, Robin Trower, Bryan Adams, John Mellencamp, Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, The Scorpions, Kiss, MC Hammer, Def Leppard, Eric Clapton, U2 for 30 years, Journey, 9 Inch Nails, Heart, Madonna, Smashing Pumpkins, Marilyn Manson, and even more. but that's a good start, right? It's a good start to an awesome career. We'll have to see what he has to say about our bands. Rocko likes to do videos himself. He sings and he plays, like a lot of the people who come on the podcast, as a road personnel. He doesn't like being called a roadie, but he sings and he plays. And he's been editing and making his own videos lately, so I encourage you guys to go check him out. Rocko loves making them. It gives him something to do, and they're fun to watch, of course. I do want to let you guys know I have released my second book. It's called XEMU Pulled My Finger. It is available on Amazon. You guys can check it out if you wanna. There's a link underneath in the description that will send you to Amazon to check the book out as either a hardcover, softcover, audiobook, or as a Kindle, just like Memoir of a Roadie. I do want to throw a shout out, a thank you before we start, to the people at Surfside Supply. They've been sending me some awesome clothes. This is one of them. I really enjoy wearing their clothes. I think they're really great stuff. I've been wearing it all over the place and I get compliments. So thank you people at Surfside Supply for really making great clothing. It's really good stuff, so I like it. All right, let's jump into this and let's see what Rocko Reedy has to say about your favorite band. All right, so this is a band or a couple fellas, I don't know, they're called DOMOTO. And it's a program called The First Take. The idea of The First Take is I put these people up there on the stage. They got one take to make it happen. There is no glitz or grammar. Grammar. There's no grammar. There's no glitz or glamour. Everybody speaks very poorly on the show. And you really just focus on their performance. And so being that we just did Love Bites, I thought the video was cool. You didn't. I thought this might be something fun to check out. I thought these two guys were cool. So you can let me know what you think about them.
All right. Quick question. Are they playing their own material?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is, I believe this would be an original song of theirs. I would think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I like this premise.
Right?
じゃあお願いします。
すぎなあなたは電車に乗せの嫌がるまるでか弱い女の子みたいでなんだか嬉しいのあなたと同じ香水を街の中で感じるとね 携帯を蘇るからついていきたくなっちゃうの教えたいもの見せたいものたくさんありすぎるのよ言葉や仕草はあなただけのためにあるから思い切り抱き寄せられると心あなたでよかったと歌うのクリスマスなんていらないくらい日々がいいのかたまに明日の朝も愛し合うよねどんなに喧嘩をしても価値観のズレが生じても1秒で笑顔作れる武器がある私たちには変わっていくあなたの姿どんな形よりも愛しいこの冬も越えてもっと素敵になってねあまりに愛が大きすぎると失うことを思ってしまうの自分がもどかしい今だけを見て生きてればいいのにねねえ雪が落ちてきたよ僕らの愛は強く光り輝くこの冬を越えてもっと素敵になるから子供みたいに甘える顔も急に男らしくなる顔も私には全てが宝物幾度となく見させて思い切り抱きしめられると心あなたでよかったと歌うのクリスマスなんていらないくらい日々がいいのかたまに最後の人に出会えたよね
Very interesting premise. You know, I've never seen anything like that. And
You like it though? I'm on the fence. I don't know. I might have failed.
what do you mean?
Did you enjoy it or not? Did you like it?
It wasn't my favorite premise, and I'll tell you why. And this is one thing because I coach a lot of the artists that I work with. You know, because they know that I'm not going to lie to them. I'm only expressing my opinion. If they don't like it, they can tell me fuck off. It's fine, you know. But and I'll tell you about, you know, because you know I worked for U2 for 30 years. And then,
Yeah, I'm sure he told you to F off many, many, many times.
No, but I went out when they flew me out to see them when they played the Sphere.
Okay.
And it was interesting for me because in the 30 years I worked for him, it hit me when I was there watching him from front of house that I had never watched the show from in front.
Sure.
I was always behind the drums looking at Bono's ass through the entire show.
Right.
But you know, I knew all the production aspects. I had seen them, their live videos and stuff like that, and knew what they looked like. And I'd never really thought about it until I was sitting there looking at them and I'm going, wow, this is what they look like from the front. And afterwards, you know, they came up and they said, so what did you think of the show? I go, it was splendid. It was remarkable. This venue is incredible. But do me a favor and call your accountants and have them tell you how much money you got, because you need to smile more. And they just said, fuck you, Rocco.
Yeah,
And
I was gonna say.
I mean, as I was watching this, I was going, you know, well, it looks like they're in a studio. And they obviously knew that they were going to be on a camera because they had very nice clothes on. Their hair was perfect, all the rest of that. But they didn't smile once.
They were so serious. You
Yeah.
know, when I watched this one the first time, as soon as it started, I'm like, ugh, because it started with that sequencer thing. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
not gonna be for me. But this song just gradually built, and I'm like, kind of singing along, kind of digging it. I don't know what they're talking about, but I'm like, I love the groove of
Yeah, I was
this.
going to say the words were really good, but, you know,
But you want them to be more animated.
animated. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I watch the show regularly, and it's different bands, it's different people, and so there's so many different vibes. There's a huge amount of nervousness I see because they do an intro there. They have them walk up to the mic or they do something. So a lot of nervousness, which is interesting to see people overcome it or sometimes not. But these guys were like straight business, you know? They just
Yeah.
came in and they were kind of like, all right, here we go.
But they look like they were in a recording studio where they're not performing. They're concentrating on hitting the notes correctly. And I
Which-
have to believe that was not, you know, it wasn't lip syncing or anything like that because I watched them spot on. They were
Yeah.
actually singing all the parts. The real telling tale is I could see him reaching down to his little mixer there to get a little more of himself, you know, which is
Yeah.
what any musician would do all in the studio.
I really liked the track. Yeah, it was just this wonderful burn that kept building for me. And by the end, I'm like, I totally have that in my brain. It's not even my language, and I know the hook.
Yeah.
I know the hook, and
Yeah,
just
but
thought
to
it was-
me, it felt like an intro that didn't get to the hook. You know, I mean,
see,
there was definitely a hook there, but I just felt like it was underwhelming compared to the whole vibe of the song. It was a great song, you know. It kind of reminded me of Avicii kind of thing, you know.
okay,
And I worked with him as well for a long time, but I would see the power of his hook and the stuff that he, you know, and the stuff that he did. And there's definitely a power of a hook there, but I just didn't feel like it came across, you know, only because they didn't, you know, they were so unexpressive with their facial expressions for it throughout.
sure. Yeah, so for me, it did come across. I liked it, but I totally understand what you're saying as far as stage presence, which so many acts I see just jump out there a little more, you know, make it do something just to get eyes
but
on you.
you
Just
know who's,
go,
you know who's
go,
the ma-
go.
you know who's the master of that is Lady Gaga.
She's everywhere.
Well, but she does so much facial expression. Because I've seen her do things, not this, but things like this, like where she's in a studio or on Howard Stern or something like that. And she's just the master of facial expression without going hog wild, you know, and just a little smirk and, you know, stuff like that. Just because it draws you in, because you're waiting to see a reaction. Whereas when I was watching these guys, they're handsome guys, you know, but they never smiled. And they're you know, it's just the natural thing when you're singing in between words, the sides of your mouth go down. So it looks
Yeah.
like you're not happy, you know. And like you say, I think and after you said the nervousness thing, I go, well, yeah, that's probably what the look on their face explained. But I'll
Not
bet
sure
that
with them. Not
yeah.
sure with them. But yeah, I liked it. All right, we got time for another one.
sure.
All right, there's a new track by these guys from Ningen Isu, who I love. I think they're great. It's long. I know you don't love long stuff, but it's really good.
All right, bring it on.
All right, we'll jump into that one. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.